Alright, Drew, how you doing? Currently experiencing technical issues with my flipping headphones. I am. Yeah, this isn't going to be the most interesting stream. It's just me sorting cards. There she is, man. The Yankees game on, so after their hella comeback in the first game, which I totally missed. It's a thankless task sitting sorting cards, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy it in, I guess, in a sort of perverse way, but it's very calming. 10 to 11 at night, what else am I going to do? Other than go to my bed. I mean, by the time I'll probably just end up sorting these things. I'm not going to do any shipping tonight, but if I get them all sorted, that's a good jump start. Then I'll get the rest done through the day tomorrow. You got a game on, Drew? Watching your Marlins or anything? It's Abraham Toro from earlier. There are many mixed Solak autographs, of course. Lost at the end of the. Oh, God. The hottest team in baseball for a while, right? What's the record now, though? In this season, surely you can't ever be out of it, right? Got a little bit of a tear, you never know. Be back in it again. But the NL East is rapidly becoming like murderers row, right? Braves are stacked. Well, the Mets are still the Mets, but they're doing a good job of beating my team right now, so I shouldn't really be saying anything. Yankees pitcher has a perfect game through two. Well, you make a good point. But that's more a reflection on the strength of the NL East, though, right? Rather than just Marlins being the Marlins. The Phillies are loaded. The Mets are loaded. Nationals, of course, World Series champions. So I haven't seen a no-no for a while, but there was one the other night, wasn't there? Giolito for White Sox threw a no-no, didn't he? Yeah, I print a lot of stickers on one go. I usually like 15 sheets at a time. They are an absolute nightmare. Like, because I'm a cheapskate, I didn't buy like brand name labels, so not Avery labels. I bought like not Avery labels from eBay. And trying to get them to line up so they printed halfway decent was just a nightmare. I think I wasted like 10 sheets of them just trying to get them to print remotely decently. You can see from all the waste that's still on the sheet. Like, they're still not perfect, but they're good enough for sticking on top loaders, you know. Hey, Yankees on the board. I got the Mets broadcast on. I don't want the Mets broadcast. Leave Michael K pissing himself with excitement. Yeah, the kids usually get the sheets of the ones that go proper wonky and they end up sticking all over the place. They're pretty sticky as well, just for like cheap eBay ones. The Yankees feed's crashed. Good start. There we go. That's a pretty low budget MTV crib. I like the analogy though, that's pretty cool. Have you checked out the value of your Kino card yet? It's the one out of $2.99 if you need that. Oh, but you'll see that in the picture obviously, but I don't know what it is, purple or something. No, $2.50. Sorry, it's numbered out at $2.50. £50. So that's not bad. Oh, excuse me, that's not bad. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't pay $50 for the spot, right? So there you go. You gotta get yourself a couple of show goes for that money. So if your Marlins have already been beat tonight, who are you watching? Braves Phillies is a good matchup, to be fair. If the Yankees game wasn't on, that's probably the one I'd watch. I say watch, it's like, it's over here, it's in the corner of my eye, but listen to the commentary at least. Oh, you play the show, do you? God, I was terrible at that game. Couldn't hit in real life, and I couldn't hit in that game either. So it was too much like art imitating reality for me, you know. To be fair, it's been a good few years since I played it. I think 2014 or something might be the last year I played that, something like that. It was a long time anyway. I don't even know if it goes back that far. That suddenly sounds like a massive exaggeration. It was pretty good. It was a pretty realistic game. I just couldn't really get into it. It's a bit like Madden, you know. For a few years, I'd buy Madden every year. Could never get into it. Love the football but hate the game. It's right on, yeah. Again, FIFA, like the original FIFA, I played a lot of. PlayStation 1. But no, since it got all. See, again, having EA access, like, I'd maybe go back and play like FIFA 19 or FIFA 20 or something on Xbox, but no, I could just never get into them. I mean, I like the level of stuff you can do. It makes a reasonably steep learning curve, you know? I mean, not Madden levels of learning curve, but, you know, to be anyway decent, you need to dedicate like some serious time to it before you start playing online games and stuff like that. It's just, oh, you just get humped all over the place. It's not a fun way to spend a day. You can't play sport for what's the point? Yeah, play as Breaking, man, they're quality. Been a while since I was at Forfar, like 3 seasons ago, I think I was in Forfar. I'm a Greenock Morton fan myself, so that season we were in the second division. I was in Forfar and Brechin and watching the mighty Greenock Morton play. It's good times, I think. My mouth out. I like Brechin, man. I would honestly rather go to a Brechin City game than go to an Aberdeen game. And you're going to hate this, but the pies are better at Brechin than they are in Forfar as well. See, now, so, well, you'll know. So the bridies that you can get at Forfar, is that like your quintessential bridie, or is that a bridie by a bakery that you wouldn't consider the OG bridie maker? I'll let you answer the question before I explain more. I'm very used to these yet. Sadler's Bakery is the pie shop in Station Park. See, so I had a bridie. It's one of the things I enjoy doing when I go to the football is sampling the local delicacies. Um, like pie and when you go to a game, pie and bovril, as far as I'm concerned, is law and must be done at every ground I visit. And yeah, so when I had the bridie in Forfar, I can't say I was overly impressed. If I'm honest now. I'm sure you're going to call me all manner of rude names. But yeah, just I don't know, just didn't do it for me. Maybe I went on a bad day, and I'd be happy to try it again because I'm a fan of pretty much a fan of anything contained within pastry. So, yeah, I'm sure it'll happen again. McLaren's at Satur's bit. Well, I'll take that as gospel, and I'll try next time I go. Next time I go to Forfar, I'll give McLaren's a shot. Don't need knives right now either. Oh, I forgot I've got the Yamamoto. Yeah, it'd be good to get back to games. Grounds like Forfar and Brecon and stuff like that, it should be pretty easy to get crowds back there. Just don't go in the stands, right? Or even if you do, just put a freaking mask on. I know it's not. That's a very blasé take on what's going on, but it's not like you're getting 100,000 people uh, to like a Forfar game or a Brecon game or. Nope, not there yet. Cheering a bit. Comfortable. There we go, that's better. That will fly. Oh man, you travel for Forfar as well. That's commitment to go and watch that standard of football every. I don't travel that far for football. If Morton are ever in the area, then I'll make an effort to go. Like Dundee is kind of like the farthest I'd be willing to go. And I just moved north of Aberdeen. So I used to live in the south of Aberdeen. So just like jumping on the A90 and whizzing down to Dundee was never a big deal. But I've moved north of Aberdeen now, so I don't know. Dundee's still a maybe, I suppose. But Dundee isn't bad. They've got a couple of decent stadiums. I mean, Tannadice is a bit of a hole, but Dens Park's alright. I don't mind Dens Park. Nope, Nationals. Whoops. Stranraer twice a season, you're insane. And the A90 is the worst road in Scotland. It could be the worst road in the UK. It's certainly the most boring road. Like when I first moved here from Edinburgh, um, like I would go down, I would drive from Aberdeen to Edinburgh. Most weekends I would go back to see my mates and stuff like that. Just it's like moving to a new place where you get settled and feel kind of at home in your new place. So I'd be up and down the A90 to Edinburgh quite regularly, and whoa, yeah, it's a dull road. And then they put the average speed cameras in, it made it worse. You know, at least you could kind of lick on a little bit, but oh, now it's with the average cameras, it's just brutal. Then I started getting the train, so whenever I decide to go down to Edinburgh, if I'm going down myself, go down with the family, then we'll drive, obviously, but if I'm going down myself just to see my mates, I'm still just as likely to take the train as I am to drive the car. Maybe not right now with the current situation, I'll probably just take the car, but yeah, get yourself first class on the train, book a few days in advance. Nice cheap ticket, as much gin and tonic as you can drink on the way down, copy the Scotsman. It's all good, man. Most dangerous road in Scotland, you're right. I don't think it makes it any better with having the average cameras. You're driving along looking at the speedo and not looking at where you're going. Unless you've got cruise control, then you just stick cruise control on, but average cameras I'm not a big fan of. Just big stack of Reds cards I'm sorting. Yeah, that bit where they drop it to 50, I can't remember what the bit's called. But coming out of there, oh, if you're coming out of there and turn north, it's just the pits. Like my wife's parents have a holiday home, static caravan kind of thing down in St Cyrus, which I think I've said before. But so yeah, so we're having to turn out onto the A90 quite a lot. But I'll just drive up the 92 or whatever it is, the coast road, and just come out of Stonehaven. I don't have to deal with any of that crap. But yeah, it's so dangerous. More hits for the Yankees. That's true, man. Us Northerners, we've got to stick together. I don't even class myself as a Northerner. I'm still an Edinburgh guy who's just on holiday here. This is a temporary arrangement, as I keep telling my wife, and she gets very upset when I say that I'm just visiting. I've been just visiting for 14 years now, and I'm now married with 2 kids. When I moved up here, I was like single, young, free, and single. Came up here, met my wife, we got married, had a couple of kids. So yeah, I don't think I'm going back to Edinburgh anytime soon. No, that's the Astros pile. You born and bred with a smell of sheep shit in your nose, is that right? This fat pile of Dodgers cards is mad. We're still missing a team. Who are we missing? Orioles. No Orioles cards yet. So nothing of note came out of the Orioles because there's no top loaded or sleeved Orioles cards. So no Orioles cards at all in that box of finest. Big stack of Dodgers already. We've still got all the base to go. First Twins card out as well. Goodness. As usual, too many Astros cards. More Astros cards, Jesus. Yeah, that Astros thing was quite something, wasn't it? I think it's more the low tech, fairly gangster nature of the way that they went about it that seems to have pissed people off the most. I mean, the Red Sox got cheating with technology and Apple Watches and goodness knows whatever else, and the Yankees pretty much did the same, but it never really got properly reported. Maybe because it's the Yankees, I don't really know. And I mean, sign stealing goes back to the very dawn of baseball itself, but people like it to be pure, I suppose, and especially now with gambling being legalized in the States, there's obviously lots of money changing hands on results of these games, and if they think it's tainted in any way, then people are gonna. I guess they're quite right to be pissed off about it, uh, but yeah, sign stealing's always been a part of the game, but I suppose it's the manner in which they went about it that doesn't really sit well with a lot of people. And I suppose, and just because it's always been done, it doesn't make it right. It's not legal. It's not part of the game, but or part of the rules of the game. But still no Orioles cards. Yeah, I mean, Shoeless Joe's guilty by association, right? So fair enough, he didn't do it, but I think the attitude a lot of people take to it is that, well, you're still part of it though, you're still party to it. So yeah, man, time heals wounds. It's like Pete Rose as well. I mean, look at all the stuff that's going on in baseball these days. Especially, we've come through the steroid era and juiced baseballs and all that kind of crap, and yet Pete Rose still getting no love. And it's like, really, let's look back at the scale of what he admitted himself that he did. And yes, at the time it was wrong. He shouldn't be betting on games. But if he never bet on one of his own games or never affected an outcome, then you know, at the end of the day, is gambling on baseball really that bad compared to the rampant uh, performance enhancing drug taking and sign stealing stuff and see, that's the thing about the steroids thing, right? So it was never technically illegal. There was no drug testing in baseball. So the guys who wanted to do it were just going nuts on it. So Palmero, Maguire, Sosa, Clemens. I mean, the list goes on. I'm not gonna try and list them all, but and yeah, I get that the guys who weren't doing it were pissed off at the guys who were, especially if you were like a triple A fringe player and you couldn't get a team because a guy was juicing. Uh, so you're maybe put in that position of, well, I feel like I need to do it or I'm not going to be given the same opportunities as some other guys. But so I guess it's kind of good that the attitude towards it's changed. But yeah, at the time, it was fantastic for the game. So you can understand why baseball perhaps weren't so quick to try and shut it down. But oh, I still don't have any Orioles cards. What the hell? Oh yeah, yes, you're right. It's impossible for the Hall of Fame to be clean of steroids, guys. It's impossible for the Hall of Fame to be clean. It's the Hall of Fame. It's not the Hall of I didn't do anything bad in my life. I guess a lot of where these guys are, hey, we've got an Orioles card, respected and idolized and everything else, and that's understandable. We've all grown up looking up to sports people, regardless of the sport, and then it turns out in later life you find out that some of these people are truly horrible. Um, but you didn't know that at the time you were a fan of them. You didn't know that at the time that you were idolizing them. It was only later on that you found out, or maybe they dabbled in this or that, or sometimes far more serious things. And that doesn't mean that it shouldn't taint the way that you felt about them at that time. We're in danger of getting on a cancel culture. That's not a conversation for this time of night or for when I'm sorting baseball cards. But you know what I mean, right? Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Brady Anderson, there's a name. Hulk Hogan, finding out he was a prick. Yeah, yeah. I can't really think of one specific example for myself, but yeah, I guess wrestlers of that kind of early to mid '90s era. I mean, they're obviously all on the roids and stuff, but yeah. So like you say, when you find out, especially these guys who are playing a full personality, so you're fully invested in it. It's different for other sports people. You see that flash of them when they're doing the sport that they're paid to do. But professional wrestlers and stuff, they're paid to take on this persona and act out in this persona, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So yeah, I totally get that. It's a really good example of how later on, you find out. And of course, the modern hero go sound like a grumpy old fart, but with the way things are now with social media and 24/7 internet access and all that, I mean, there was never any of that stuff before. So the only time you were exposed to these guys was when they were doing the job that they were paid to do. So you never saw Hulk Hogan or like when the rest of them was on the telly. Or, you didn't. It wasn't like you watched them on the telly, then immediately you'd go on to TMZ and see all the strange and crazy stuff he was up to, or you heard all the stories about him and Macho Man Randy Savage out doing lines of Ching and goodness knows whatever else, and you just never found that stuff out. And it's only now that these stories these stories are in the public space, I guess. Texas Rangers down here. Why did I not sleeve that bloody? That's bad. Nice card too. Scott Steiner, that's not a name I'm familiar with. Was that his wrestling name or was that his IRL name? Well, I'll be honest, I wasn't huge into wrestling, but I know enough about it, I guess. That kind of Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior kind of era, I guess. You had no choice but to be in it. It was just everywhere. It was so huge. Last card, Twins. Big Papa Pump. Dude, that sounds like a Pornhub search. That doesn't sound like a wrestler. What the hell? You changing the subject on me? Dude, I'm not Googling that on stream. I'll tell you that for nothing. Late 90s. You must be just that few years younger than me. I was kind of out of it by the late 90s. Sort of early 90s. I guess high school, right? That's yeah. So yeah, sort of 92, 93. That kind of that kind of era. Why would I judge, man? I'm sitting here sorting baseball cards. It's entertainment. It's kind of that must be the maddest thing with no crowds though. I can't think of a sport or a sporting entertainment broadcast that requires fan interaction, live fan interaction, any more than wrestling does. And I haven't watched any of it without the sound, so but I can't imagine what it's like. Well, Lesnar was a beast, wasn't he? He was ridiculous, and I don't want to use the word proper, proper fighting, but in UFC, he's an absolute monster of a guy. I'm sure Red's pile sorted. I haven't much of Shogo stuff. I've pulled a few of these cards, I guess, but like just base. I don't think I've hit uh, anything more than base cards of him. Does he have autographs in this stuff? Sure, I can look that up, but you've probably done your research more than I have on this subject. Obviously, I saw the autograph that got pulled at a 5-star, but he's got all those in chrome. There you go. Is that a £30 one, the chrome auto? 2 Orioles cards. Far out. I feel bad for whoever got the Orioles. Tom Penny stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Quick pitch. Yeah, it should be here Tuesday. I haven't checked the tracking, but it's usually as reliable as the sun coming up. Occasionally it does turn up earlier. It does turn up on a Monday, but I don't like to quote Monday because more often than not it's Tuesday. Oh, that's very true. Yeah, shipping stuff from the States is rough, but I mean, if you're ever looking at single stuff, I need to do a post about this actually, but um, so something that I've been working on is well, I've been calling it the Shutout Shopping Mall, but so there's plenty of groups that do this already that offer a way to buy and import stuff from the US, and it gets you can save yourself some costs. I'm not going to say you can save yourself a lot of costs, but you can save yourself some costs. But if you ever do want like single cards brought over from eBay or from COMC or anything like that, send me the details, and what I can do is order it for you and get it sent to my shipper in the States. And if you don't mind waiting until like I have a stock order coming over, then I'll just get it put in one of my stock orders, and you don't have to worry about any of the shipping. You do need to worry about not going to say the import charges. There's still import charges and stuff to pay in it, obviously, because I don't, everything that comes across, I have to declare. Uh, but by putting it in with one of my stock orders, like the cost of the shipping essentially becomes almost nothing because it's just one card in a much bigger, larger, heavier box. So you're only paying like a small amount. Take the total shipping price, divide it by everything that's in the package. So you're only paying a tiny fraction of the overall shipping cost. The value of the card is still the value of the card. So there's tax and stuff to pay on that, and then a couple of pounds for me to post it down to you, and that's it taken care of. I've done it for a few people. Like I say, I've not advertised it yet, but I've done it for excuse me, I've done it for a few people, and it's worked out pretty well. Guys who just aren't really in a hurry to get their stuff, and like you say, they don't want to pay like 16, 17, 18 pounds, whatever, just for shipping. It usually works out the cost of the card, and then depending on the value of it, you're maybe £4 international shipping, then £2 down to you. So yeah, I don't use COMC too much. Usually, if I'm looking, I just go looking on eBay. The thing about searching eBay from here is that even if you try your damnedest to force it to go to eBay US, it doesn't always show you. It doesn't always show you everything. So a good site that I use is called pickclick.com. So pickclick.com, and it's like a sort of screen scraper service, I guess, for eBay. So if you go to .com, it searches all the American stuff. If I'm doing the shipping for you, you're not just limited to people who ship internationally. You can look at all sellers who only ship to the US, because it's obviously a US shipping address. So check it out, pickclick.com, pickclick.com. To give you an idea on what the cost of the import and stuff would be, like right now with the way the exchange rate is, basically the price that you see in dollars is what it would end up costing you in pounds for me to get it here, and then there's your shipping charge on top. So if an Akiyama autograph is $35, by the time I ship it and land it and pay all the fees and stuff, you'd be about £35, and then just a couple of quid to post it. What TV shows does your wife like? Because there's trading cards for almost like for all the big TV shows as well. Time is it? Oh, it's 11:30. I can't do the same. Yeah, my wife and I have very differing tastes in television. I think it's safe to say. Like we overlap on a few things, but not very many. All right, we are done. We are sorted. Right, figure out who is shipped and who isn't. Where's the log sheet? Here we go. We need these, and we need these, and we need a pen. Trays and cups for starting with. I can tell you, the only TV shows that I ever made an effort to watch, and it's probably still the same actually, Top Gear, and when it was on Dave, Taskmaster. But I believe Taskmaster's gone to Channel 4 now, so, and I haven't seen when it's on. Sounds like my life's going to bad. I'm going to say cheerio. Right, I will be back in a moment. Right, where were we? Marlins and Astros. They certainly are. I don't use proper team bags either. These are like, again, eBay's finest. Just cheapy cellophane bags. They're not like proper Ultra Pros or anything like that. Proper Ultra Pros are quite expensive for pack and breaks. These do a perfectly good job. I fit way more cards in them. James had 3 spots in this, didn't he? Yep, second last one. Raise. Yeah, still the same idea with the little crappy tear off things. Yeah, you very much got in the break by the back door, right? Just wait for it to sell and buy up the teams that nobody wants. And then pull like 100 quid's worth of Aquino cards out of it. Yeah, not too bad really. As far as break karma goes, I think you're well up there. Well, that's not really, man. It's a free market economy. Come on. Braves. I mean, that's a rough return. I mean, this is the problem with 30 spot breaks, I guess. If you only take one spot, then you know, this is the kind of risk the risk that you take. But Yeah, I'm with you on the value thing, but uh, it's becoming more and more prevalent. I guess people are just in it to flip and try and make money, and I understand that. That's kind of what I do with boxes, I guess. I buy them in, I sell them. It's not a charity I'm in here. But yeah, see some people doing it just over and over and over and pushing single cards all the time, all the time, all the time. It's like, all right, come on. You're pitching to a reasonably small market here, but hey, if you're making something out of it, good on you. Nobody buys panini here, man. Nobody. Like the last 2 years, I've tried filling panini breaks. I think all the times I've been breaking, so kind of two and a bit years, I guess, or 2 years worth of products, I guess. We've maybe done one that I can remember, one box, one panini box or something. Maybe. Uh, the rest of the time, I've like tried maybe 4 or 5 spots I've got, and I've just ended up sticking the boxes on eBay, and I've sold the boxes on eBay. I say there are a couple of guys. There's another guy who I deal with a bit, um, who buys nothing but panini, buys panini blasters off me, that I bring in especially for him from the States. Yeah, they don't have a huge market here. Not in baseball, anyway, obviously in football and American football and well, soccer as well. And basketball is huge, but yeah, baseball, just people aren't up for it at all. And they do some great looking products as well. It's just the airbrushing puts so many people off. Yeah, that's what they can do because they're not paying the license to use like Yankees or Red Sox or Braves or whoever. Because they're not paying that license, they don't have that associated cost that Topps has, so they can bring the stuff in, they can sell the stuff cheaper. And I guess that's how they offset it. It's far better price, and especially this year than anything Topps. Like your Diamond Kings, you're getting a good amount of cards out there, good looking cards too, plenty of hit potential, and it's like £80 a box. I mean, nothing Topps is £80 a box this year, apart from Big League and um, Opening Day. Uh, Nothing else that springs to mind. And they don't have guaranteed hits in it, so nothing with a guaranteed hit is less than £100 this year for. Well, Heritage is 100. Oh Jesus, put my teeth in. Heritage is £100, and that's the cheapest right now. On the secondary market, again, no, we're not really talking secondary market, but the cars will do well in the secondary market because they look good. A Jordan Alvarez is still a Jordan Alvarez, right? Cardinals. But like anything, it's all about that potential, right? There you go. There's Cincinnati Reds tonight in this break. I say you probably come away with £100 worth in cards, and there's two Orioles cards total, and there was two Braves cards total. That's rough. Yeah, like I say, to be getting. Do I buy Tops now? Oh, well, not Tops now. I don't, unless something really takes my fancy. I dropped the ball on the Mike Trout mask one this year. Uh, from like spring training part two, whatever they called it. I kind of figured that might end up being a bit of an iconic card in the future, in the history, to look back at this year and everything that's happened and probably still will happen because, this year's just a shit show. Um, so yeah, the picture of Trout with his mask on, I think is going to end up being a fairly iconic card. and the Dr. Fauci one, if that's how you say his name right. I don't think it is, but those are only two tops now that appealed to me this year. I did pick up some tops now. It was the first game where Sanchez and Judge and Stanton all hit home runs for the Yankees, and I picked up some of those, and I've still got them floating about in my collection somewhere. But other than that, I don't dabble in tops now too much. Well, I mean, first Bobby home run is probably going to be a decent tops now card to keep. Um, but no, on general, I don't, I obviously get Topps' promotional emails every day, but it's not one that I tend to go and seek out, which is crazy because I've got enough Topps points stored up to get a free one every month, but I haven't cashed them in yet. I feel like I've just messed this up. I have. Rockies as well. Who do I collect? Well, my collecting habits tend to be a little bit all over the place. So I don't have like one individual guy that I collect, or indeed any one team. Like I say, I like nice autographs with eye appeal. The player's not really important. I'm gonna stop rustling this bag because I bet that's really annoying. So yeah, I like autographs that have got good eye appeal. Like I say, I'm a Yankees fan, so if I see Yankee stuff, I tend to pick it up every now and again. The project I'm working on, there's two projects I'm working on for my own collecting. So every year in Allen and Ginter, they include people from popular culture, celebrities, other sports people, and things like that. So I've picked up the base cards for all of the people that have appeared since about 2012, I think, um, that I find personally interesting for whatever reason. I have all their cards stacked up. There's a lot of stuff in the way. So I've got a huge stack of top loaders about yay high with all their cards in that I'm going to send through the mail to try and get autographed. So that's something that I'm working on. So a through the mail autograph collection. And the other thing I've been working on, which has kind of been in the back burner and is hard work to fill, is to pick up either a card or if cards don't exist, excuse me, some kind of memorabilia item for the 8 Scottish-born players that have made the major leagues. So going all the way back to like 1887. So that's the other thing I'm working on. But that's quite hard going. Apart from Bobby Thompson, obviously, who's the most recent one. I've already got a Bobby Thompson card floating around somewhere. But yeah, that's the other thing that I'm working on. So I kind of, yeah, I've quite an eclectic collecting habit, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. Shipped. Michael is up next, and he's boxed. Stuff one. I think so. Royals. So you're just a Marlins collector then? Well, other than Shogo now, of course. And why the Marlins? What's your story? What's your Marlins story? I forgot who this was, Michael. Right, I need to check up on the golf because I never saw who was in the golf tag. Might still be on actually. Marlins jersey when you were 6. Wow, that's borderline child abuse, isn't it? You have a word with your folks, man. Come on, far out. Paul Yankees. If you've been at the Marlins since you were 6, actually, that puts you. You've probably been into baseball far longer than I have. Shogo, Hanley, Cargo, and Marlins. Yeah, that is cheap. Yeah, you're right. Get off my fucking hand. So that's funny that you wound up in cricket, and not baseball. I suppose Edinburgh would have been like the closest for you, right? If you wanted to do baseball, because I mean, there used to be a Dundee team. I think in the mid to late 90s there was a Dundee team. Uh, but yeah, Edinburgh would have been like your go-to. That's where I played. Played in Edinburgh for sort of 6, 7 years, and then moved to Aberdeen, and the Aberdeen team started off I think 3 or 4 years after I moved here. I played on the Aberdeen team for a couple of years. Obviously, no baseball this year. I'm sort of semi-retired, I would class myself as, but I don't know. I've not completely hung up my spikes yet, but my shoulders are ruined from it. So yeah, and plus, I'm like 40 now, so I'm not exactly beating out students to get a place in the team. There's lots of cricket in Angus, is there? That's so odd. Well, it's not odd, but I suppose there's heaps of cricket in Aberdeen as well. Dean shit, oh, done that, Gavin shit, Mr. Muncie. Nationals and Royals, they're right next to each other, so that's easy. 3 dislocations, wow. How was that? Did you do it the first time playing cricket? Because that's the thing about dislocations, right? They never really go away. Once you've done it once, they never really go away. Oh, 3 for your 20. Shit. Dude, that sucks. Were you fast when you bowled? I was more of an ambling medium pacer when I had the ball in my hand playing cricket. Jays and Indians. Leg spin, wow. Shane Warne fan growing up, huh? You know, for a good long time when I played baseball, uh, I was a bit the same way. Didn't really watch too much of it because I played it too much. I still throw a Yankees game on, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch anything else. It's kind of nice to be back. But then when I first moved to Aberdeen, I did night shift for, not when I first moved here, I'd been here a year and then I changed jobs. And I started doing night shifts, and you know, I wouldn't really wish night shift on anybody. It's not a fantastic life, but during baseball season, it's phenomenal. Uh, I used to work from, I used to do 12-hour shifts, 12-hour night shifts from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. It was great. I used to go in an hour early, have my dinner at work, and start watching the 6 o'clock games. So you get a game at 6 o'clock, a game at 9 o'clock, a game at midnight, and a game at 3 a.m. And knew when the 3 a.m. game finished, usually the sun was starting to come up because it was like the back of six, and I had less than an hour left of my shift. It was great. Basically paid to sit and watch baseball for 12 hours a night. A's and Dodgers. Jesus Christ. Baseball in Scotland's spread around now. You know, there's a team in Tayside, right? I can't remember where they play. Tayside Breakers. Never too old, dude. Never too old. Not in this. Not in our freaking beer league that we play in. Should give it a go. It's a different throwing action. You might find that your injury might not be so bad. You should go down, toss a ball around for a while, see how you feel. Listen, you can survive in this league with a noodle arm. First base. If you played cricket, I imagine you'd be a pretty solid first baseman without too much effort. And you don't need to throw when you play first base. Like catcher, you need to throw. And there's a lot of fast guys in the league as well because there's like a lot of students that play the game, so it's a lot of young kids. And yeah, they're annoyingly fast. So if you're going to catch, you need to have an arm. Um, you can play first without an arm. You can play second without an arm. Uh, you know, from second base, you're only really flipping to shortstop from double plays. And double plays are as rare as hen's teeth in our league. Uh, or you're just flipping the ball off to first. Yeah, you have to make the occasional strong throw, but not very many. Don't write it off, man. If you fancy it, give it a bash. Just tell you're having an affair then. If you... you don't have to be all serious about it. Sometimes it's fun. Like for a good long time, all I was doing up here in Aberdeen was just going to training. You know, I made it pretty clear from the start that I wasn't willing to travel. Like I'm not going to do, you know, because away days in Dundee you're not so bad because you're only an hour from Aberdeen and like an hour and a bit from Edinburgh and not much more to Glasgow. So you don't have the travelling that Aberdeen do. But right off the bat, I said to, especially once I had kids and stuff, I made it perfectly clear I wasn't going to travel. I'd be available for home games. And in the summer when the weather's nice, you take the wife and the kids along. The kids have fun running about near the field and that, and it's a nice day out. But yeah, I made it real clear that I wasn't willing to travel when I had the kids. There's no way I was going to be getting up on a Sunday and gallivanting off at like 7 a.m. in the morning away down to Edinburgh to play 2 games of baseball and then not get home until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. Ah, shit. I found a second one. Let's. Baseball gloves are good for keeping your fingers straight, don't they? I've sowed the seed now, so maybe next year. Take the rest of the year off then. Think about it for next year. Can never have too many baseball players in this country. Lewis shipped. Ian is done. Mickey P is done. Shipped. Oh, I think that's all. What have I got left? Angels. It's part of the process. It's kind of the pain in the ass bit. Trying to figure out who wants it shipped, who wants it boxed. Make sure everyone gets the right cards. So I've got the Angels left. So that's fine. Brewers. That's fine. Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Oh no, I've messed up the Dodgers one because it is definitely not. Dodgers. Dude, I would love to play cricket. I was alright. I played a few times for the school when I was younger. I was alright. It's very similar skills. If you've got good hand-eye coordination, you're probably going to do okay. So if you can hit a cricket ball, you can probably hit a baseball. Swing planes are slightly different, but if you've got that good hand-eye coordination, of course you'll be able to field as well. You can anticipate the bounce of a ball, that kind of thing. You'd be surprised. We've had a few people cross over and a few people play both cricket and baseball at the same time to reasonably high standards. I'm sure there's plenty of beer league cricket teams up here I could play for. Diamondbacks, that was the next one. Fraser's already had. The Giants. Oh, far out. I made a right dick of this. Is he not that shit? I fucked up. No. Okay, it's chatting and working. So Giants and Diamondbacks. It's fine. Yeah, I need whatever the fattest slow inspiration is of cricket. That's what I need. Oh God, yeah, I completely get you. I'm like that with my golf. I'm 100% a fair weather golfer as well. When I was at school, I used to play shinty because why wouldn't you? And it followed the football season, and I played up in Tinnabruch one day in like February, and the snow was blowing in horizontally across the shinty field. Um, I genuinely thought I would never be warm again. Even by the time we finished and had driven all the way back to East Lothian from Tinnabruch, I was still cold. That was the absolute worst. That was the coldest I think I've ever been. Mariners, where are the Mariners? That's fine. Pirates, shit as well. That's good. Rangers, shit as well. That's good. Reds, you want your Reds card shipped, right? With your box, that's fine. There's your stack of Rooney. Yeah, quite right. I'm not. I can't fault that behaviour at all. Well, I mean, yeah, if you sign for Dundee United and you're from Forfar, I imagine that's like, I mean, it's not quite Rangers and Celtic, right? But I imagine they don't get on. How does a leg spinner through bowl a bouncer? Explain that to me. Other than with great difficulty. Red Sox are shipped. Tigers and Twins. Tigers are shipped. That's fine. Twins are shipped too. Hey. All right, all right, all right. We're getting there. No idea where it's going. Yeah. That's why I don't pitch because I have no idea where my pitch is going. Man, imagine Forfar versus Montrose. That's like Um, some West Side Story type stuff, right? Sharks and jets, you know. Versus Arbroath. Man, the inter-town rivalry in Forfar and Angus is not to be messed with, right? I don't know. Do you know? I don't. Oh, I have been to Arbroath. I have been to Arbroath. I was going to say I don't think I've ever been to Arbroath. I have been to Arbroath. Again, when we go and stay in St Cyrus, like Arbroath's about as far as we travel. Well, see, East Lothian where I grew up was a bit like that as well. It was all like school rivalries, playing school sports. Um, so yeah, you never really got on with like whoever your next nearest town was, right? Of course, the other problem is there's nothing to do. Well, at least certainly when I was growing up, that was a problem with our town. There was nothing to do. You used to go out the weekend, drink and fight. That was kind of it. Oh, jeez, I need to approve your post. Ice skating? Well, no, my time was like 30,000, so nothing quite as exciting as ice skating. You should post that Aquino rookie card up in the Tops UK group as well, man. If you're not in there, you're in that group, right? Yeah, man, you're in there. That's fine. Yeah, post it in the Tops UK group too. It's all good natured. It's not purely Tops in there. If you you people post about Panini in there all the time. Let me see if I can find something similar. I can't remember what they're called. It's like a wedding thing. They're actually like they're marketed as like nameplate holders for weddings, like for put on the tables and stuff on weddings. They're just like little mini easels, but mini easel mini easel stand. Here we go. There they are. Look at that, 10 for a fiver. How can you say any fairer than that? 50 for £2. Flipping heck. I'll send you the search that I did. I was sending you on Facebook. Kind of depends on how many you want. They're pretty cool. You can get like proper trading card stands as well, like clear plastic ones. I don't have any on hand. I did have some previously, but I want to bring some of them over. But these little I don't mind these little wooden stands. Like I have them dotted around my desk, and I sit like my phone on it. through the day when I'm working, because I don't need to be on my phone all the time, so I have that in front of me. So I have my phone on there and stacks of business cards and other stuff as well. It's not just cards that I use them for. They're pretty handy. Oh, it's not fancy, it's just cheap wood. Let's see, here's the stream. So yeah, it's just like a kind of cheap sort of balsa wood kind of stand thing. Yeah, they're not bad. They're pretty cool. I've had them for ages, and they've stood up to a lot of use. You know, decorative. Yeah, I mean, it's better than just having. It's a uniform way of displaying things. Yeah, so it's better than just having them propped up in like cups or however, I don't know, or just in stacks. At least it's a universal way of displaying them. Got all those nice Shogo autographs, beautifully framed. Leave the rest of these and take it tomorrow. I would pack the rest, but I'm banned from ripping tape at this time of night because it's too loud. Oh man, they're not mint in box, are they, your figures? Mint in box, that stuff will do well. Oh, mint in box, love it. Get on eBay. Feebay, I should call it. Oh, really? Can't be worse than cards, come on. Why have you not remembered who I am? 100. Yeah, that's helpful. £20 figure, I can't find it anywhere except eBay for £100 minimum. Wow. Once again, here to provide solutions for all your international logistics needs. full cards are so cheap. Well, I mean, if you're £100 minimum of £100, then I guess it's on par. Yeah, you get one thing for that £100. I guess £100 box of cards, you're getting a big box of cards out of it. Jeez, 6 different Smiths. Where's your 6 closest Smiths? That must be Aberdeen. It must be as well. Smiths is great, man. It's one shop I don't mind going to with the. I mean, it's frustrating going with the kids, but yeah, Smiths is pretty awesome. I think they'd do well if they sold cards, but I'm not quite ready to go into distribution yet. Oh, why does it keep doing that? One in every 5 cases. Goodness me. Yeah, at what point does it become more viable just to spend the 150 quid though? 1 in 5's crazy. But how much stock would one shop take in though? Would one shop take in 5 cases worth, or are you having to chase? Oh, dang. Okay. So you're having to go around 5 shops to find 5 cases, or is one store taking in enough stock that you might find it in one store? Oh man, that's a tough chase. God, I think chasing ball cards is hard. That is hard. Did you find it though? Oh, it's decent then. You've got good odds, I suppose. If you ever need me to rake Aberdeen for you, man, I'm happy to. And York, fuck, of course. Furthest one away, right? Well, yeah, man, I'm happy to raid Aberdeen for you. If you need it, just let me know. You like all these dudes that people keep taking pictures of in Target and Walmart and stuff. sitting around waiting on the retailers coming to stock up the baseball cards. Like dudes are legit taking like seats, like camping chairs into like Walmart and Target, and just sitting around and waiting for the merchandisers to turn up. Yeah, it's no like stock trackers like that. They're never going to be like properly real time, are they? Or I might tell you when the stock's booked in, but not when it's put on the shelf. Is that's probably more accurate, right? Because presumably when they're receiving deliveries, that's when they'll scan it all in. It doesn't necessarily mean it's on the shelf, like you say. No, that's bad. If you don't strike up a good old Woolies, all right, yeah. Strike up a friendly relationship with a manager of one of these Smith stores. I'm sure if you asked them nicely, they would get stuff in for you. But then you'd probably, but then the issue is, you'd probably need to buy like 3, 4 cases of the things to try to find them, huh? But then could you turn around and flip them on like eBay or something and make the money back that way? Well, the trick is to find out where they buy them from. I don't know who Mattel's distributor in the UK is. It wouldn't be too difficult to find, I would imagine. But yeah, that's true. eBay is a huge market though. That's why I still list on eBay as well as having the store. I mean, I'm a bit behind because I've been working on the store more than I've been working on eBay. But as much as we decry like the cost of listing on eBay, or well, it's not so much the cost of listing, but the cost of selling on eBay, like the amount of eyes that it gets on your product, or it can potentially get on your product, it's kind of worth it. It's kind of worth the 10%. Of course, the trick is then once people start buying from you on eBay, is you convert them to buying from you directly. I mean, they're stuck in demand. If they're only releasing 30 new a year, it's crazy. Do you investigate how much it is to start shipping them in from the States? Start doing it yourself. I'm sure that'll please your wife. You had a really good idea last night. I'm going to bring in thousands of figures, or hundreds of figures anyway. Like where would you buy them retail in the States? Like Target, that kind of like places like that, or Toys R Us, or Target exclusive. Well, I buy a lot of stuff from Target. A lot of the retail that I buy from Target. I buy it again, buy it online, send it to my shipper. He sends it on to me. Also, got folk on the ground in the States as well that will physically go into Targets to try and get stuff, not just limited by what's on the website. Yeah, it's crazy that Toys R Us is sort of dead. It's sort of coming back again. That was just a uh, private finance company that did in Toys R Us. Looked at Toys R Us and thought, oh, we could sell everything off and make all of our money back and more. Yeah, alive in Canada, yeah. And there's still places in the States where it's alive as well. Somebody bought it. Somebody bought the name. I don't know if it's coming back, but I know the name got sold. But yeah, it was basically I can't think of, like a hedge fund that kind of owned it, and they just liquidated it. Yeah, Canada, I can do shipping from Canada and stuff as well. I don't use the Canadian market too much. But again, I can get stuff shipped from Canada without too much bother either. Let me know, man. Be an interesting thing to get into. Hell, I'll stock them in the shop. £60, damn, was like $100. Now, I always kind of wondered about the wrestling market for cards because there's not a huge selection. There's only like two or three get released by Topps um, every year. But I wasn't hugely sure on the size of the market for it, if I'm totally honest. It's 25 on Target. Wow. Well, there you go. I could have it in the country for £25. Send me the link. Send me the link on Facebook, and I'll take a look later on. I'm probably gonna turn the stream off in a bit because I'm hungry. Uh, yeah, send me the link to the one you need. Like I say, I order from Target all the time. So to get, if it's in stock on Target's website and I can get it, then I'll pick it up and I'll send it to my shipper, and it'll come over in a couple of weeks' time probably. I've been needing to do a stock order from Target for a little while, so this will give me the motivation to go and do it. I'll probably be through the day tomorrow that I do that, but like everything else, I'm happy to bring stuff over for people and just store it here, store it in your, I can put it in your box, treat it like a box order, and you can keep it here for a little bit, and then when you're ready to have it, pay for it, ship it, job done. Slam attacks, yeah, it's like match attacks for football, right? Soccer, that is. Big wrestling, well, shit, I'll bring some in. I'm happy to bring things in if they'll sell. I'm trying to get more active on Twitter. It's probably the social media platform I'm least active on. Um, and yeah, I should definitely get better on Twitter. That's why I stream on Twitter now. Actually, well, I mean, there was an easy integration with Periscope, but yeah, try to build that Twitter following, try to build that Instagram following as well. Yeah, small sets. Yeah, crikey. Yeah, anything that commemorates this year is going to do well as well. Looking forward to the future, I would imagine, just because of the uniqueness that we currently find ourselves in. Yeah, I'll take a look at the cards for sure. Like I say, if you want me to look at getting that and bringing that figure in for you, like I say, if it's 24.99 on Target, well, it's 6.5% sales tax to put on top of that, so you're probably gonna be £26 something. Yeah, so by the time I land it here, you'd be less than 30 quid by the time I have it in my hands, and then, like I say, put it in your box, and I'll ship it with your cards at some point. Consider it anyway, but if you want me to look at it, just ping me the link to it. Yeah, wrestling and MMA, I've often thought about bringing over the MMA cards as well, because they look pretty cool, and like I say, you get a lot of autographs and boxes and stuff like that, and UFC's got a decent following here, so I imagine there's some people who collect their cards. Yeah, do it, man. Motivate me to get my target or I followed the UFC for a while. I still do actually. I mean, I don't have BT Sport or anything, so I don't watch too much of it. But um, when ESPN used to be kind of free to air on Sky, I used to watch it all the time. But then it got integrated in with BT Sport, uh, so that kind of sucked. I've never paid for a pay per view or anything, but no, I just like watch a stream of it if I remember it's on. But probably UFC was it started at like the undercard started at midnight. So if you wanted to watch the headline, you were like, oh, I'll just stay up until 4 a.m. Well, I don't think so. It's funny. I think a lot of people probably left it when that happened. Yeah, or she never got her arse kicked. She got her head kicked, didn't she? Um, yeah, because she obviously generated huge buzz. Brought a lot of eyes to it. I guess Conor McGregor did the same as well, and he's sort of is he officially retired, or is he just like put a post on Instagram to say he's retired? But so he's not in it as much as he was. Brock Lesnar was obviously a huge pull as well, and then he went back to UFC after he got that like, rather horrific when you read about it injury to his intestines. Uh, I don't think they have that huge personality that they did then, like George St. Pierre before them, and yeah, anyone can beat anyone. Yeah, it's true. Man, you walk in a shot, you walk in a shot. It doesn't matter who it is, right? Yankees game's getting interesting, man. We're into extra innings in the Yankees game. Oh, dearie me. Wow. I mean, McGregor will do anything that'll make him money, right? But yeah, forget the whole scripted thing. It's a stupid argument for wrestling. When they call it sports entertainment, it doesn't matter if it's scripted. You need to be a flippant athlete to do the stuff that they're doing. It's not like, oh, it's scripted, so like, anybody could do it. Hell no. You still got to be like in pretty good physical shape to do that, and just an incredible athlete in general. Oh, get out! No. Oh, don't hit and ball trick him. We're in extra innings in the Yankees game, and the bases are loaded. Top of the eighth, bases loaded. Interesting. Why is this? Is this a home game for the Mets that are playing at Yankee Stadium? Because if the Yankees get a run here, they should be walking it off because they're in their own ballpark. What am I missing here? Yeah, Yankees Red Sox is good viewing no matter who you are, right? Oh, just missed it. Just missed it. Deary me. Hanley rookie card would be alright. Missed it again. Feels like this game's been going forever. Oh, get out. And Sanchez just hits a grand slam. It was 1-1, it's now 5-1. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm fading pretty fast tonight. It's only 1:45. Hey, it's not finished yet. Still at the bottom of the inning to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at I'm pretty good at sorting breaks, like on time, but I've got a 3200 count box somewhere that needs sorted out. And yeah, it's different when it's your own stuff, right? It's like, professional cleaners have always got the dirtiest houses, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Like, I'm meticulous at sorting and shipping the breaks to get them out. Like, the ones that are still sitting on the table, these are the ones that all need to be shipped tomorrow. So I'll sit and get those done probably my lunch break tomorrow. And then they'll get shipped out tomorrow before last post. But yeah, my own stuff is just a symphony of chaos. Oh shit. You asked me about prices on NASCAR stuff and I haven't done it yet. My apologies. I've not forgotten. I've got it written down in my notebook of things to do. So I usually sit and price stuff up when I'm drawing out my stock orders. So yeah, I'm not going to say I'll do it tonight now because like I say, I'm getting kind of hungry and tired. But Uh, Definitely looking through my stock next couple of days. I'll get your NASCAR car slipped out for you. Shocking that I've not done that yet. I tell you what, um, when I was in Florida, I think 4 years ago now, maybe a bit more than that, 5 years ago, when they still had the NASCAR racing experience thing at Disney, I did it, and dude, it was incredible. It was so much fun. Um, I lapped a guy, which was hilarious. It was another. I mean, it's all tourists that do it, right? So a tourist from south of the border. No, I didn't take any extra. It didn't take any extra pride in it because it was somebody south of the border. But yeah, um, yeah. So I've done the NASCAR thing. Like obviously detuned NASCARs, but still fast, man. I was doing like I can't remember what my top speed was, like 138 miles an hour or something like that. But the Disney track isn't very long, and it's not a traditional oval. It had three sides to it, not two. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Like the mechanical grip that those cars can generate is frightening. Like you're going around corners at like 120 miles an hour, and it just feels like nothing. Well, you can go to Daytona and drive a car. You do, it's the same company that I did it at Disney with, the Richard Petty experience. Um, Give it a Google and go and see. I mean, Daytona I think is the most expensive place you can do it, but if it's something that you've got a passion for and something that you're into, I mean, going to Daytona to drive a NASCAR on that track is like incredible. Yeah, I like Daytona. I mean, everyone likes Daytona, right? And I like sort of Texas Motor Speedway is pretty incredible as well, just because it's just a gargantuan monstrosity of a thing. And I like is it one in Charlotte? One of the older tracks, or quite small one. I think it's in Charlotte or something. I really like that track as well. I haven't watched. There's another thing I used to watch all the time on ESPN, and ESPN was free to air here. Was a bit of NASCAR. I like a bit of NASCAR, man. Talladega, yeah, Talladega's a good track. Uh, yeah, the old short tracks are pretty cool. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of NASCAR. I don't mind a bit of Indy 500 either. The thing that NASCAR I think struggles with is that it's super hard to get a genuine appreciation for the speed that they're doing. Uh, when it is just, straight corner. And that's no knock on them. I mean, the stationary cameras that they've got down the straights, when the cars just goes zipping past, it gives you a bit of an appreciation for it. But yeah, I mean, to have driven one at, nearly 140 mile an hour is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Like I say, the mechanical grip is frightening. Don't ever feel like, or I never felt like I was anywhere close to the edge of the performance of that car. I mean, it's not the most sophisticated sport in the world, but we don't have to be snobs about the sports that we enjoy, right? Like I say, well, yeah, there is that, I suppose. I mean, these guys have got cojones to be driving within inches of each other at 200 plus miles an hour. The thing I liked about Danica Patrick was that she was there pretty much on merit. It wasn't totally a marketing exercise. I mean, I'm not blinkered enough to appreciate that there was probably a slight bit of marketing involved in getting her a car, but she could drive, man. It's not like she was going around last all the time. Yes, she was, yeah. Well, she proved that when she went to Indy. Uh, to go from NASCAR to open wheel racing and to hold your own in open wheel stuff as well. She had talent. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think she would have done it as well. Again, a bit like Formula One. You get in the right car, you got the talent, right? Get in the right car. Well, she finished like second in the 500 one year, or at Daytona was one of the headline races. She finished like second or third, I think. Yeah, I watched a bit of F1 this year, but I can't say I follow it very closely. I should pull an IndyCar, wow. Have you watched any of the E series? The electric F1? Redneck Sport, yeah. But it's pure. That's the great thing about it. It's the purity of it, right? Like I say, it's not like you can't compare it to F1, or you can't compare it to IndyCar. You can't really compare it to anything else, really. It's not like, I mean, the closest thing we have, I guess, is like touring cars, but it's not like touring cars either. Oh, where is Isaac's not happy. Um, and it's just a big ass engine, four seats and a steering wheel. I mean, four wheels and a steering wheel. What else do you need? It's not all, heaps of electronics and telemetry and yeah, it's real seat of the pants stuff. Yeah, man, like I say, I've driven one, and yeah, you need some stones to be driving those things. Drive those things fast. It's so crazy the way the steering's set up as well. So if you hold the wheel straight, you're turning left, uh, which I'm sure you know, of course. But so when you're caning it out of a corner, and you're trying to come out of a corner, and you're having to steer the opposite way to come out of a corner, it's just the weirdest thing. It's so strange. You've got to turn the wheel further left, and it brings you out of a corner. It's so strange. But yeah, even like the tourist experience, they're like, yeah, they're telling you to get as close to the walls as you can. Like you're sitting on the left, obviously, and you've got a pro driver or an ex-pro driver sitting on your right, who's kind of in control. They've got like a ratchet thing. They can turn the engine power up and down. So they start you off quite gentle to see if you can handle it. But as you go and as you get more confident, then they're talking to you all the time and telling you where to go. And there's marks on the track and stuff you drive through. But one of the first things they tell you is when you come out the corner and you're going down the straight, I want you as close to the wall as you can possibly get, because if it goes wrong, you've got a really short distance between, like, to travel to get from where you are on the road to the wall. So it kind of helps slow you down and it makes the impact less violent. But if you're in the middle of the track doing 100 plus miles an hour and something goes wrong, like, you've still got a long way to travel before you're hitting that wall. So yeah, so even driving it at like 4/5 of its potential, like kind of a foot from the wall doing 100 plus miles an hour. It's scary stuff, man. And the whole time he's telling you, get further over. And you're thinking, geez, I'm going to be grinding down the walls in a minute. Top of the second, jeez. So is that the ESPN game? So the first inning's taking an hour. That's brutal. Right at the end of this Yankees game, then I'm going to be heading off, I think. We got one out. Oh, I run on second. What? Yeah, Phillies are struggling a bit for pitching this year. I don't really mind the Phillies too much this year with having like Girardi managing and Didi Gregorius at short and stuff. It's a bit like Yankees light. Like I said, I'm not going to say I watch heaps of it, but having done it, I have an appreciation for it for sure. Uh, if you're hating the NL East, then you're going to be cheering for the Yankees tonight. Oh, no, screw that. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that daft. I've done full length races on F1 simulators before, but do you have like a steering wheel and stuff, or do you just do it on the controller? Yeah, when I drove, I think I did 10 laps. And it was only 10 laps because Disney was a really short track. I think normally you get like six or eight maybe. You can pay for more, of course, but wheel and pedals nice. 2 down now. Here we go. Last out. Oh, full racing rig would be so cool though, wouldn't it? Again, the thing about NASCAR, I guess, is the time that it's on in the UK. You know, so much of it being in the south and kind of mid to west south as well. Timing's rough here. You're gonna stay up till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to watch it. Well, damn. Listen, man. This is why like the earliest I break is like 9 o'clock usually. With this being three boxes, I was like, shit, I'm not starting a three-box break at 9 p.m. So I got special clearance from the wife to come and break at 7 p.m. Knowing full well that I'd sit and sort it tonight as well. But yeah, kids and stuff gotta come first. Oh, is it on Free Sports now? Damn, I didn't know that. Catch that? Nope. Tell you what I quite enjoy is Aussie V8 Supercars. There's a left field one. Yeah, Free Sports are pretty good for that. Again, because I watch so little live television, I don't know if I have Free Sports. I have Free Sat here, not Free View, but Free Sat. Like we're in a new house, and it's got like satellite. It runs off a communal satellite dish, which is like on a hill like 2 miles away. Uh, so yeah, so we have like the satellite signal straight into the house. So I've got FreeSat built into my telly, but I'm pretty sure Free Sports is on there. I should look it up. I think Free Sports have started a web player as well. Oh, I served one. Oofed. Yankees game's getting gross. No, that's a good point. Yeah. There's enough websites where you can stream it for free anyway. Ten to one. Oh, the comeback's on then, right? What a surprise! A Yankees game that's taken far too long to finish. Very tough. I'm not gonna slag him off for embracing like lockdown hair and stuff because I've done exactly the same. One swing of the bat, and the Yankees lose this game. It's like the opposite of what you see when people join the Yankees, right? Because they have to get all clean cut when they join the Yankees. There's a pitch. Oof, 2-2, here we go. Being injured is a Yankees requirement, or basically our AAA team that's playing right now. Ooh. We had another one go down today because Aaron Hicks left the game with cramp in both of his calves. And the Yankees win. Yeah, I think he did get the good years out of Stanton. When he's healthy, he's great, but my God, he just needs to stay healthy. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. Alright, man, it's been a lot of fun hanging out. But now that the Yankees game done, I am going to bail for the night. I'm going to get some food, a little bedtime snack. I'm going to chill out and watch a little bit of telly before I head off to my bed. Yeah, cheers for coming along, hanging out. It's been a good time. I'm going to start doing this more actually. In the evenings when I'm sorting and stuff, just put the stream up and hang out, see who comes along for chats and stuff. It's good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Take care. And I will speak to you real soon.